In this video I have 10 spots for you inside of port that you may have missed or may have never known existed at all. Some of these spots you may have known, but if you didn't, make sure you drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel. It does help me out a ton. The first spot is actually a pretty unique spot because it is somewhere where I died myself to a person that was actually in this spot at, so very annoying spot for me personally, but again, it actually did teach me that this is a spot in the game, so I'm glad that I actually did die to this person, although I did lose rank points in an M4. But yeah, basically you're gonna get on these tires, jump onto this other tire right here, and then from there you can actually get onto the whole shelf. This is right outside of the apartments, and this is a great spot because there's a lot of action here right off the get-go from the start of the match, and then usually there will always be at least one or two teams running through here periodically throughout the match, so this is definitely a great spot to hold an angle at, and as I said before, I died here, so it clearly worked. The next spot is a spot that my buddy Pills found, so huge shout out to Pills. He is also goated at AB, so if you guys are not subscribed to his channel, I would highly recommend it. I don't know what you guys are doing if you basically are not subscribed. Basically what you're going to do is get onto this couch, get onto the mannequin, and then from there you're going to jump onto these little dressers over here in the corner, and this is a bit of a ratty spot, but again, this is such an insane sick spot that I guarantee you probably didn't know existed, because I personally did not know this at all until I saw my buddy Pill say, hey, look over here, and he was just up on top of this dresser. So very sick spot. And again, people like to run around that corner right there, 75, so if you are here, then they are definitely not going to expect you if you're chilling with an AR or an RPK or something like that. This next spot is the cafeteria, and basically you're going to come to the broken wall on the second story, and then you are going to just kind of jump or run straight over, and you're going to get on this little tiny ledge that's sticking out from the corner of the wall. And this is actually a very good spot because you can get some sick and nasty angles if you peek around the edge, and especially if you have something with a Mosin and a scope like you see in this clip here. And also if someone is going to come up through the actual cafeteria and try and start looting, you can sit here and kind of rat and just get an easy pick off because there's no way they're going to expect you, and they definitely won't be able to see you. Next spot is going to be a bit of a roof jump, so there is actually a few of those in this video. That's why I like port, because you can actually get on the roofs and kind of get to different spots from there. This is one that is probably one of the most notorious spots because it's a little scaffolding right next to it, and tons of people probably already camped here. You probably know this one. Out of all of them, this is probably the one that you know for sure, but either way, I had to throw this in this video because it is such a nasty little spot that still, even if you are sitting up here and people do know of this spot, they're still not going to expect you. And again, you can also jump over to this blue little ledge over here. There's a high chance that people will definitely not expect you over here. They're probably going to shoot their eyes straight over to the scaffolding. You are a little bit more out in the open over here, but this is a spot that you are more likely to not be expected to be in. This next spot is over by the helicopter expo. If you come down this way, have to do a little bit of parkour, but this is totally worth because this is a sick spot and you can actually get to multiple different spots from here. But if you get on these barrels, get onto this little barrier right here, get onto the sandbags, and then you jump onto the actual food stand. You get on top of this telephone booth or whatever this is. I don't exactly know what this is, but you can actually get on top of it, and you can kind of use all of these little things to hold crazy angles and hold height over people. And if you have a sniper, I'm not 100%, but I'm sure there is some sort of angle right here. I didn't actually test that out, but I'm sure there's some sort of angle right here where you can get an angle for the helicopter extract. So whenever they do activate it, remember the spot so that you can get here quickly and kind of just wait it out for them. The next spot is straight down that road and to the right, to the back of the apartment. What you're going to do is get onto this rock wall. Then from there you can get on top of this whole truck. This is a pretty cool spot, of course. Also with the rock wall though, you can actually walk along it and get on top of all of these little tents over here. This is another sick spot to kind of try and hold an angle and hold height over people around this corner right here, or people that are about to come out from the actual apartments over there to the right. The next spot is another spot that you may or may not have known, but I had to throw it in here because it's a spot that I died at too, and if I died to someone in one of these spots that I didn't even know existed, I have to put it in this video. So yes, you can actually come around these rocks right here, or actually come around this wall and then hide on these rocks. And this is, again, like I said, a spot that I died to someone ratting at, so I figured I would let you guys know that this spot does exist because I didn't know you could get behind these rocks. I guess I should have assumed, but you can actually do. You can also get on top of this wall over here. I don't know why you would want to, but if you want to hold a bit of a different angle on people in the actual port, then you can go ahead and do that. But I had to throw this spot in here just because I tied to it, so I don't know how many of you guys actually know about this. Next spot is actually so sick, and I'm very upset that it is at kind of a dead spot in the map, but it is still such a sick spot, and people do like to run down this road from time to time, so it can be useful in certain occasions. What you're going to do is get on this little railing on the road. From there you're going to jump to the truck, mantle on top of the truck, and then from there you're going to mantle or just jump over to this ledge here, and you can actually walk all along the... If you're wondering why I didn't just walk straight along it, it's because for one, there is something blocking over there, and two, it actually will fling you off after a certain amount. But if you get up over here, it doesn't fling you off until you get around the corner, of course, but this whole little ledge right here you can actually walk on, and it is very cool. The next spot is right around that corner, and you're going to get on this crate and then get on top of these other crates, and from here you have a pretty cool little spot to actually kind of camp it out if people are going to run through that doorway or something like that. There's no way they're going to expect you up here. They're probably going to expect you to peek around one of the boxes, but they're not going to actually expect you to be on top of the box. The last spot that I have for you is a little bit down the road the other way. This is kind of an annoying spot because you have to be careful when you're up here because you can slide down, but it is again another spot where people are 100% not going to expect you to be sitting at. And this, I love this spot because you can actually get some pretty nasty angles jumping up over and seeing people in the actual port. You have to be careful when you're on this one because you can break your legs pretty easily, but I also broke my legs because I had damaged legs prior to this, so be careful. But you can also just jump back over the metal railing that you just jumped over to get here. With that though, that is going to wrap up today's video. If you guys are new, make sure to drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel. Both those things do help me out a ton. I appreciate you guys hanging out in here with me for this though. Let me know what map you guys want to see next. I have Armory, Northridge, Valley still to do. And then of course, any other maps that come out in the future, I will be doing those. I will also continue to do more port and farm spots as I come across them. I just wanted to kind of get a base video out. I didn't want to throw in 30 different spots for one video because then you guys are going to get confused. I think 10 is a great base spot to start at, and I might just keep it 10 per video, but let me know what map you guys want to see next. Also let me know if there's any secret spot in specific that you want me to put in a video. But yeah, that's it. Peace.